Hey, it's me, Dr. D, once again. It's been a minute since I've been on. Actually, just think, guys, today is the 16th day of the 6th hour of 2025. And you know what they call the 6th hour? June. And also, as being June, I kind of see it as a birthing month because once seeds were planted in the springtime, usually around June, it has blossomed and you can see the fruit of what the seeds are. As a matter of fact, as always, you guys know I come on, and for those of you that are new, welcome. And understand now, this is what I call meditation moments, life's decisions. And we're talking about language arts because words have meaning. Words are creative. And I'm going to get into a little bit of it. And yes, I've really started to take notes so that I can stay on point because I don't want to get on here and belabor the time because, people have a short attention span. So when you jump on and you see me, I don't want you to think, ooh, that's Dr. D, she's long-winded. And know that I'm only going to be here for a short amount of time because I want to share a word with you, okay? So let's get into it because words have meaning and words are creative. Words, they build, break, bless, and birth things in our life. Because when somebody can say something to you and it may hurt your feelings, somebody can say something to you and it'll make you laugh. So that's how we know words are created because they create feelings. And as a matter of fact, when you talk about words, there are different types of words as well because you have antonyms, synonyms, homonyms, and of course all the other nyms, including what mama nyms say. And now you always what mama nyms said because they had sayings that you find yourself saying and you really don't know the true meaning of it. You just say it because it was passed down and that's what you've heard mama them say. And a lot of times though, when they say things, it has a air and a heart and a meaning for wisdom. So we're going to get into the word for today, which is power, because words have power. As a matter of fact, we're going to get into the power of one. Check that out. Now, as a matter of fact, let's get into it a little bit more about the power of one. And I, like I said, I made notes, and I'm going to kind of read according to my notes so I don't get sidetracked. It says the power of one is a concept that reminds us of the significant impact a single person can have, not just for yourself and your your immediate environment, but for the world. Okay? It means that yes, you matter. Even though, people say, it ain't about you. Yes, it is. Because you are a part of humanity. And every human being makes this world the way that it is. The trees didn't do it. The birds didn't do it. The ground didn't do it. The ocean didn't do it when it comes to humanity. So that is why we're going to look a little bit closer at the power of one, which is YOU. You know what? Your actions, your beliefs, your choices. As you know, I wrote the book Life Decision, and so it begins. And it's a workbook, and I'm going to show you a little here. Life Decisions Workbook. And so it begins because your life begins as you mature with the decisions that you make. Make sure that after today you understand the importance of who you are, starting with what are you thinking, and then what are you saying? Okay? Okay, let's do about the power of one. I want to run something by you here. The power of one. Let's take a watermelon seed. You plant the watermelon seed, and after it goes through its, because just imagine, just put your mind into this, a seed. That seed got to burst open. It's got to permeate, and you've got to nourish it. You've got to water it. But then after amount of time, it sprouts through the ground, and the vines come out, and it bears the fruit of a watermelon. Now that was from one seed. It's one watermelon, but guess what? Inside that one watermelon, there are what? Hundreds almost of seeds. And each one of those seeds, if planted, when planted, will produce harvest again. And that's more and more seeds. And every one of those seeds will multiply again and again and again. Now think about it. That's the power of one seed. And you know what? Each one of us is from a seed that was planted. And it had to be watered and nourished. And when the time comes for the season of ripening, we are birthed into this world. And now we are a seed. You get me? So when you think about who you are, you have to know, no matter what anybody else says, you're important. So don't discount yourself. Don't shrink to fit what others believe is possible and what they think you ought to be or do. You know, when people say, if I was you. Well, the truth is, that's a mute statement. Why? Because you'll never be me. Because I'm a seed of one seed and there is no other seed. Even as I've mentioned before, as a twin. That twin is one seed and the other twin is a seed. Because even in a watermelon, you can't tell one seed from the other most of the time. So don't feel like you got to be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Shut up. Go ahead and sit down. And just be what I told you you were. Because that is not what you're supposed to do. The only person or entity as you mature and grow as an adult and making your own decisions is the creator of your breath. And I'm going to tell you right now, that creator is called God. Yes, I said it. No matter what religion you practice, when it comes to life and humanity, there is only the power of one. And that one, which is a spirit of life, is called God. That's the word, right? So know that you have the authority to dominate your world because it is all about you, your own universe. And in the universe of life, Each one of us has something to bring to make this world a better place. And the force and the power of one, which is humanity, is like the power of an ocean. Because an ocean is also made up of drops of water. But together, there is nothing any human or anything else can stop what the force, the power of the ocean has. So remember that. Because whatever it is going on in the atmosphere of the world, if you're a human and breathing, you have a responsibility to make this world a happy place, a place that whenever you wake up, you feel joy, blessed to know that you have given the authority to go out and share the love, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding with someone else. That is the power of the Spirit that is within you. The power of love is powerful, so powerful that if you use love with the desire to be loved, there's no greater love in this world. And there is nothing that man can create can eliminate love. So also in the aspect of power, understanding the definition, it is the capacity or ability to direct or influence the behavior of others or the course of events. It is also the ability to change your own thoughts and actions to move you along the course of your life that you have desired to live. That means giving you the power to do something so that you can create something that will make you feel the joy and blessed to be a part of humanity. As a matter of fact, since there are different types, power in the aspect of a bird, it means to supply with mechanical or electrical energy, or to move and travel with great force and speed. Now check this out. Biblically, understand the verb of power meaning electrical energy, force. That means it can't be felt. I mean, can't be literally felt, but you can see the effects of it, right? And the biblical meaning or insight on power is power belongs primarily to God. It is an inherent characteristics of his character as the creator of life, because the power of his word created all that is in the universe. Everything, right? Also, there are verses in the book called the Bible. Yes, the Bible is a book of history of life. Understand, everything has a book. Everything has written instructions. And the one for life, the title is called the Bible. And there is a verse, Romans 1:20, that you can take a look at. And as a matter of fact, you can just Google biblical power and other verses and examples of how power really works in humanity is. And it says, for since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, his eternal power and divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that people are without excuse. Every breath that you take, you are witnessing, you are operating. You know, when it says the electrical energy, you are operating in the power of God. So, in the essence of spiritual power, it is your inner reservoir of strength, wisdom, and resilience, made alive through the Spirit that abides in you. It holds the capacity to do whatever it is that He has designated you to do within the makings of you. And you know, you got to listen. And there are times in your life when you are going to have to look. Just take a look in the mirror. Look into your own eyes and ask the question of the Creator. And He will, in His own time, will give you the answer. And there's a little tune that I made to get His attention and let Him know I'm here. And the question, how I put it is, Lord, show me what I gotta do, because I love you and I'll do anything for you. Just show me why. Because He's controlling my breath. I am not. But I tell you what, I want Him to know it's nothing in my life that's so bad that I would say, ooh, I can't wait. Patience is a virtue, and I can wait. Why? Because if it's taking Him till I get to be 100 to get to the real blessing of me, I'll do it. Yeah. Who? There's very few who can say and celebrate being 100. I'll do it. I ain't scared. But anyway, oh my goodness, I do apologize for belaboring the time, even when I made notes. Isn't that something? But then again, I tell you, you don't know what you don't know that's in front of you before you get there. And I guess within me, I had a little more to say than what I had written down on this paper. So excuse me. You know what they say? Charge it to my heart and not my head. Because I love you just that much to share what it is that He has given me to give to you today. You know, remember that watermelon? That one watermelon was a lot of seeds in there. Same here. So, you've got a lot of seeds in you too. I guarantee you do. Check it out. Ask Him. He'll show you. So, as I close, I just want for you to reflect on the conversation that we've just had. And there are 3 points that I want you to reflect on. And number 1, what does power mean to you personally today? In what area of your life do you need to reclaim or reactivate your power? And lastly, but not the least, because there's more to come at another time, how can you align your power with God's purpose for you? So, in closing, I just want to say, as you go through each day, say this. You might have to do a rewind, but say this. If not exactly that, something in the same context. Say it. I recognize the power that God has placed in me. I have the ability to change my thoughts, take action, and influence my world for the better. because I walk in divine strength by way of the creator of my life that gives it to me every day with every breath I take. Know that it's all because he loves you, and it's all because you're free.